it. It's official.
Cool.
All right. Jack Finnegan back on the pod.
What's up? I'm back.
Do you know this?
What's that?
You are the most listened episode last
Am
time
I
you were
really?
on, besides the one with May.
What the fuck's up?
Yeah. So
May beat me?
yeah, May
God
beat
damn
you.
it.
Yeah, and by about 2 times as many.
But yeah, by like thousands and thousands and thousands.
Right. So what you have to start doing is blowing people that go on Rogan.
I don't have any degrees of separation from people on Rogan. Do I?
Think about it.
I'm trying to think if there's like a weird, not a comic. I don't have any friends that I don't have any friends that high up. I'm like, maybe there's like a rogue professor.
Who else?
with a
Yeah, I was
Finnegan-
gonna say.
with like a Finnegan last name.
You know, like an Egyptologist or something.
Yeah, me and Graham Hancock used to really get at it back in the day, right before he discovered Atlantis and that aliens fucked us into existence or whatever.
Dude, the clip you posted this week of that, the mockumentary
Oh,
on the
Ken
History
Burns
Channel
thing.
Yeah, that was
Thank
A
you.
plus.
That one was for me.
Yeah.
It got like 10 likes, and I knew it was gonna get 10 likes, but that was for me.
And you put so much effort into the editing and
Oh,
everything.
I was so
and it was
impressed
so
with
good.
myself. I was like, I nailed the format. the amount of time I spent like trying to get the lighting on my face right, because he always like shoots people in just like basically darkness.
Yeah.
So like just doing that. Thank you, I appreciate it.
Yeah, that was very
You
good.
might have been. You're one of 8 people who saw it, but I appreciate it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
That's okay.
Listen, you got followers out there.
You got followers, but you do some for the algorithm, and then you do some for yourself. And you just make dumb shit for yourself.
I like how you approach content like Vinny Chase approaches movies.
Yeah, I approach content like a director who's really successful. I like Taika Waititi is how I approach it. I can make my one weird New Zealand film where like some New Zealand actors you don't know get lost in the outback, and then I make the one, I don't know, and then I make the mainstream ones where I'm just like, dating, huh? And that's what
I
you
like
gotta
how your
do.
mainstream ones are rom-coms. You won't even put yourself in a
Yeah,
blockbuster.
no. My mainstream ones are just like, oh my god, dude. I don't actually have an idea for a rom com, but I just like have. I'm gonna pitch you the only thing I have as an idea for a rom com.
Okay, I love this. This is what the podcast is made for.
This is all I got. So it's called The Summer Before Last. And I don't know what that means. I just like that title.
Okay.
I like the idea of it's like a flashback. I have an idea of like a dude. He's working on a boat. Like his family business is working on boats, and he's remembering the summer before last when he was with this girl.
Oh.
Right. But here's my thing. That's all I got plot wise.
That's good.
That's all I got plot wise.
That's
I got
more than
nothing
most.
else.
That's
But
more than most.
But here's my concept for it. If you do a movie where you play it completely straight, like you just do a rom-com, like a fucking mid-2000s rom-com, right?
Yeah.
Make it as funny as you can, but like doesn't need just rom-com.
Yep.
Right? And then at the end, the scene where they kiss is just like the most graphic sex scene that's ever been allowed on film. To me, that's fucking hilarious. And if you can keep it like R, like if you can keep it R, like whatever the upper limit of R is before like you have, I don't even know what the NC-17 is that the next thing?
We'll let them figure it out.
No. It's key that it's not NC-17. I have to figure it out because if it's NC-17, that gives away what's going to happen. Do you know? Like if
No,
you,
I understand that.
like you gotta get it. Like I want the sexy. I don't know what the rules are. Like how much you can show. And by the way, equal opportunity. Like you're gonna see dick. Like you're gonna see. Like it's not just like you know what I mean.
But
Like,
how
we're
much
seeing everything.
time is the real question?
Oh, so long.
really?
I want it to be like 10 minutes. Like well, maybe not 10 minutes. That's a long time when I think about it. Probably like 3 minutes. 3 to 5 minutes of like a really, but like not graphic and like porn. Like the actors are playing.
It's sensual.
It's silly too. Like it's
What, do
mostly
they
silly.
like honk a horn?
Yes,
Sometimes
it's like mostly silly. Like I think it's like mostly silly, but you're just seeing everything. That's my idea for a rom-com.
okay. So I'm envisioning.
And then you go back to the rom-com for 10 minutes, and then it ends with another 3-minute long sex scene.
There's 2 of them.
Yeah, that's really great. Like ice cubes. Like you just like
Ice cubes?
Yeah, just I don't know. Have you ever seen Do the Right Thing? He like does the ice cube thing. It'd be like that. I don't know. I think that's a very funny idea. Do a regular fucking rom-com for like 75 minutes. And then in the last 20 minutes, it just like the scene where they kiss for the first time just becomes the most graphic sex scene that's like ever been put to film. To me, that's hilarious.
But how are we gonna get around? So what I'm envisioning
Go
is
ahead.
it's 6 minutes of sex on film.
Yeah.
No problem. But they're gonna tell you like there can't be cursing. Like how are we getting
No,
this
it
to
can
R?
be rated R. I think.
You know what I'm saying?
Look, I think.
But what is
I think you
graphic
need to,
then?
you need to make it R. I'm sure. I'm trying to think what would be an example. Is there like an R-rated rom-com? Like not like the rest of it can be a
The
light
Billy
R.
Eichner gay rom-com.
There you go. That was rated R.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
saw that. So like maybe like you show like a fucking ass or something and someone curses. Like purposely get it to R, but keep it a light R. You know what I mean?
A lowercase
A lowercase R. And then by the end, we are fully capital R. And I want that leap to be as big as humanly possible. If I could, I'd have it rated like PG-13, but you can't do that. I want it to go from a PG-13 movie to an NC-17 movie in one scene. That's my idea. I don't know I don't know what the rule. I don't know what like the line of R is and what isn't R, but it's called The Summer Before Last. And I don't know why I have the the sex scene's gonna happen on a boat that he's working on. I don't know. I have this idea of like the girl, like make it like
Who's
the most
the cast?
I keep picturing in my head Matthew McConaughey and Kate Upton. No.
Oh.
Who was in Fool's Gold?
Hudson.
Not Kate Upton. My bad.
No.
Like that, but because I'm just picturing like typical rom-com in my head. Because
Right.
weren't they also did they do another one together?
The 10 Things I Hate About You.
Yeah.
And then another one where
Yeah.
Terry Bradshaw played his dad.
Was that Fool's Gold?
It might have been. I don't
saw
think
Fool's
so.
Gold. But in my head, that's just because they're like the most prototypical. But they're too old to do it now. So it would have to be like whoever.
I like
is
how
of
they're too old.
rom-com
They're also
age.
too successful.
Well, I think rom-com, there's like a sweet spot for rom-com age. Like I think it's mostly like 30 kind of. It's not 20s.
No, it's early 30s.
It's like early 30s.
Yeah.
It'd be like an early 30s. Yeah. But then the sex is really silly, but it's just graphic. It's like the actors would be having fun, but it is. You would have to find actors who are down for that.
You need Justin Long and Zooey Deschanel.
Yeah, well, she wouldn't be down for that. Justin Long would.
You
be
don't
down
think she'd
for
be
that.
down for silly?
Zooey Deschanel, not with the level of nudity I need.
Oh, okay. This is your vision.
Yeah. I'm just like that's the thing. It's hard asking like any performer to do this. What I'm asking them to do, but there's got to be two people who are just like, that's so funny. I'm down.
Justin Long
because
and
it wouldn't
Melissa
be a
McCarthy.
joke. It wouldn't be like what's the word I'm looking for? Like flippant. Like I'm not showing nudity. I'm using the nudity in the
tasteful.
joke.
It's tasteful
It's
nudity.
not tasteful at all, but it's
Oh,
I'm
okay.
using the nudity in the joke. You know what I mean? Like it's all part of a joke. I'm not objectifying anybody. They're going to be like they might not view it that way. But I have to find two people who are super down. I feel like you can on this earth. There's not two comedic actors and or actresses who like would be down who would
But their
who would-
bodies
who
aren't
would-
weird, right?
what do you-
Regular bodies?
No, regular bodies. And not like they don't need to be like I said Matthew McConaughey and Kate Hudson, who are like in mid 2000s fashion, very traditionally attractive people. It can be anyone. We're working I don't need it to be the two hottest people you've ever seen on earth. It can be
Right.
normal people.
Right.
Yeah.
These are open roles, too.
These are open roles. This is for any dude. This whole thing.
Anyone could read for
Look,
it.
here's the deal. If I'm looking for the two people who are willing to do that scene, I don't give a fuck. I'll change the whole plot of the movie based on who you are.
Just
what
not
you're-
the title.
I'll change based on your gender, sexual preference, whatever it is. I will change the entire script of the movie if you are down for that scene, as long as I get the two people together.
Okay.
and they'll do it. That's my thing.
You have put time into this.
I've thought about it briefly a lot of times.
Okay.
That's why I only
it's
have
a compounding idea.
Every time I write a little bit more of the idea, and I have
Oh, you're writing this out.
No, I have notes
Oh.
in my phone of
You
like
have notes in your
not
phone on
not
this.
any dialogue or anything, but just like I'm thinking like because it's not that hard to think of a structure because it's just the rom-com structure.
It's
You know what I
it's,
mean? I'm not trying to break any rules here.
Right. You're writing this like a Curb episode.
Yes, I'm writing this like almost like a sketch, like a genre sketch, in the same way I did the Ken Burns thing. Like,
Okay.
it would be like take the genre of thing, make the genre of thing. Just make the genre of thing. Make it funny, make it enjoyable
Of
as
course.
much as you can. But then we're leading up to no one knows what they're watching until they know what they're watching. To me, I think that's really funny. It might just be creepy to everyone else, but to me, I think that's a really funny idea for a movie.
Someone get Pomeroy on the phone.
You get Pomeroy.
That guy knows how to shoot
It could
a
be
flick.
Pomeroy and Hardy.
Sure.
It could be them. I don't
I'd
give a
watch
fuck.
that.
Yeah, dude. I think
Hardy's got the time, I'll tell you that much.
he's got the improvisational skills.
Yeah, that's also true. There's
that-
going to be a lot of spreading.
A lot of spreading. He'll be spreading most of the movie leading up. He'll be like, this actually was pretty promiscuous from the jump. But yeah, that's my idea for my movie, Summer Before Last.
Summer Before Last.
The Summer Before Last.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how's everything?
How's everything else?
been?
Pretty good. I'm cold. Wearing my favorite hat. Feeling good. I don't know. Things are pretty good, generally
Things are good?
speaking.
Okay.
Yeah, I got no complaints going on.
Corduroy pants. I like
Corduroy
that.
pants. I got these over Christmas.
Oh.
These are pants I would never buy for myself, but they have hard aunt energy. You know, like my aunt bought these for me.
Yes.
And you know that. Like, you know just by looking at them, you got red corduroys. Who bought them for you?
Are those Urban Outfitters?
I have no clue.
Ooh.
I could check the tag. I think they're American Eagle, which I haven't worn since
I didn't know that was still
2015.
open.
Neither
Yeah.
did I.
I didn't know.
They
you
might
were
be Gap. They're one of those. They're the same thing. American Eagle's just Gap at the beach.
American Eagle is a Gap for young Pakistanis.
Yeah, American Eagle. American Eagle. Yeah. American Eagle. All I could picture when I picture American Eagle from high school was like hemp belts. Like kids had like belts that were pretty much ropes.
I was so fat we didn't even attempt.
You didn't even need the belt.
No.
You just filled it out, baby.
No,
Yeah.
like American like we didn't even. I think we were a combination of lower middle class and fat.
Right.
Where like you don't even walk into American Eagle.
No, that's not where you go. Where are you shopping at? Where are you getting
Kohl's.
the clothes? Kohl's, nice.
Kohl's was a big one.
Kohl's is big. We had Bob's, which is I don't know if you know Bob's.
We had
you know,
one Bob's.
Superstores.
Yeah,
had
it was
Bob's.
next to Dave and Buster's.
Bob's was like in very much the Kohl's and like Target tradition. A lot of like Def Leppard T-shirts. Like a lot of like they have like the rack of T-shirts and it's just all bands from the 70s and then like Scarface, Goodfellas. Like all the posters you have in like your freshman year dorm just on a T-shirt is what Bob's was. So if you wanted like just a very generic Metallica T-shirt, go to Bob's and they'll have it.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, and Payless shoes. They had Payless shoes there too.
Oh,
You
Payless
could get a
shoes.
full middle school outfit at Bob's for like fucking $10 and a high five. It was fucking sick.
High Five we never went to. We weren't like we're not a Marshalls TJ Maxx family.
What was that?
We don't want to spend a lot, but we also don't want to look.
Well, you're talking about the stores where you go in and it looks like a meteor was set off.
Yes, we
And
don't
then,
do that.
Like you don't want like so do you want a rack of clothes or do you want a pile of clothes to choose from?
These are very good questions.
Yeah.
No, Kohl's, we know the clothes are trash. We know they're cheap, but we
But
also
they're
know
presented well.
it's right.
Okay.
It's organized. I know
Right,
where the
right.
pants are. I know where the shirts are. I know what brand
right.
this is. It's not like Marshalls where it's like here's a ski helmet
Right.
and a jock strap.
Right next to a cooler, next to a water bottle, next to the chinos.
Yeah, right. You got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we weren't that.
Okay.
No.
I'm trying to think what family we were. It was Bob's. Now I shop at Target a lot.
You're a Target guy.
Dude, I buy all my summer shirts at Target.
Your summer shirts?
Yeah, because
What does that mean?
I'll tell you what it means. I'm a very sweaty Irish individual. And New York City, I hate the summer. I hate it so much. Like right now, everyone's like, oh, it's so cold. This sucks. This is literally my favorite weather.
Yeah.
I would prefer this. Or like what it's been all winter, like raining. And like if it's raining and 50 degrees, my body comes alive.
like a Bernese Mountain
Dude,
Dog.
my body truly. I'm like a husky. Like, you know how huskies like just sit in the snow when they live in California? If it snows once and they just sit in it and no one can get them to come inside. I saw that on TikTok once. But like, I'm like that. Like, if it's raining and 50 degrees, I am fucking home. In the summer when it's like 86% humidity with 10% go fuck yourself and then also 98 degrees for 3 months, I sweat.
band.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, they had some hits back in the day. They were at that Woodstock that didn't work.
It depends on who you ask.
Yeah, it depends who you ask, maybe. But
Jessica Levin said it worked.
Jessica Levin. I gotta talk to her about that. I've never actually talked to her about that experience. I saw her in the documentary. I was like, "Is that fucking Jess?"
Yeah, I know.
It was fucking wild because she enters the documentary starting on voiceover, and as she's talking, I'm like, I know that voice, and then it cuts. And I'm like, holy shit, it's Jessica Levin.
Jessica Levin was in that documentary like she didn't know they were shooting it that day.
Yeah.
Like she just walked in. She's like, "You guys talk about Woodstock
You
'99."
guys know what's on 99? I got a few tales.
Yeah.
But I sweat a lot, and I'm not good in the summer, so I have to. I've learned what to wear in the summer to mitigate it, and I need to wear. I think it's called Rylon. It's a material, and it's called Rylon.
Oh wow, you know it down to the material.
Trust me, dude. This is life or death for me. So it's Rylon. It's like a very. I think that's what it's called, Raylon or something like that.
Okay.
And it's like very just you would know it if you saw it, but it's just very very airy and like
Under Armour-y.
but like loose.
Ooh.
But like, because I get short sleeve button downs. You know what I mean?
Made out of Under Armour-ish material?
Yes.
Really?
And I buy them at Target because all of Target's short sleeve button downs are made from Raylon, whatever. And then they have good patterns and they're cheap. They're like fucking $10. They shrink the first time you wash them.
So how many shirts do you buy?
So what I'll do is I'll buy like 3 of the same shirt over the course of a summer.
Oh.
And then that leads to a $30 shirt. You know what I mean? Like you have a shirt for 3 months.
Right.
It's the same thing as spending $30 on one shirt, but I can't find the ones. Like I would buy the $30 ones if I could find the right material, but no one's rocking the Raylon, except Target is very reliable, and I like their extra large. It actually is pretty big. A lot of brands don't respect the extra large. It is like a slim fit bullshit extra large.
Okay.
Target really goes for it. If an extra large, it actually is a large plus more, which I need. So I don't want to buy, and it's also summer, so I need it to be loose. I need the air to be able to circulate. I'm not like, I know like hot dudes can wear like really tight short sleeve button downs and like dance in the summer. I can't. They need to be loose. I need to be wearing pretty much a pillowcase.
Okay. Gotcha.
And so that's why I go to Target for all my summer clothes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I remember I went to your apartment once. I walked in, you were laying on the tile floor.
Yeah. I just lay naked. That's what I do until I have to leave my apartment.
Yeah.
I just lay on the tile floor and I listen to fucking Danny Boy until I can go outside.
I like how you're like, yeah, hot guys, they wear the shirts and they dance.
And they dance.
But
In my
that's
head.
the problem. Jack could dance if he just,
I once found myself at a party. It was really funny. My friend was living in, he just had like a bunch of roommates in Bushwick, and they had like a roof party, and one of his friends was from, I know this, I think he was from Brazil. I could be getting that wrong, but he was from like a South American
some
country.
sort of odd South American
Yeah, he was from a
country.
South American country, and at the end of the party, it was like me and my friend, and then him and all his friends were there. And at the end of the party, they just started putting on Hispanic music, and like this was in the summer, and started to like salsa dance, like really, really well.
Right.
Like they were really fucking good at it. And then like one of the girls I was kind of like I was a little interested in it, so I was like trying to talk to her, and then she was like trying to teach me how to salsa dance. There's videos of me trying to salsa dance.
Oh,
it's
can't.
like a cow trying to drive a car. Like it's like it's just two things that don't match. It's hilarious. Me trying to solve it's like my joints just reject. There's no shot.
You can't dance a type of way that also gives you
No, and his friend,
indigestion.
this kid from, let's say, I can't believe I can't remember where he's from. And I
There's
apologize.
not that
He's
many
such a cool
countries
guy.
in South America.
I know, but I'm just blanking right now. But he, yeah, dude. Maybe he's from Portugal. He's from a Hispanic country. This sounds horrible.
I don't think Portugal's a Hispanic country.
It's a Spanish country, is it not?
No.
Well, they're Portuguese.
That's a
Next
separate
to Spain.
country.
Next
It's
to
to
Spain.
Spain, yes.
Okay. We all know what I'm saying.
Yo, you're fucking white.
I'm digging myself a deeper hole.
If you thought Portugal was Hispanic, you're white.
Oh God, is it a, well, anyway, he was from a Latin country, and
That's still not true.
because it's not Latin. Yeah, okay, I'm fucking up all over the words.
Just call him black
He's
at this
from-
point.
he's
From everything they're
from a
not.
country where
Some
they
fucking
dance.
Asian country.
He's from a country where they dance really well, and so they. I don't know. So these kids were just dancing, and I was just like so impressed by it. And he is so hot. Like he's a really
Sexy.
hot guy. Like he once showed up to hang out with us, and like he literally like rode his bike, and he showed up just on his bike. He's like, "I'm sorry, I was just playing soccer," and he like his shirt was like buttoned down all the way to like his like stomach, and he was like kind of lightly sweating, and he was just like the hottest dude in the world. So when I was seeing him and all his friends salsa dance, I'm like, that's not fair. None of that's fair.
What did he do for work? Bartender?
I don't remember what he did for work. I don't think so. He did. You did. He had. I don't remember.
If he was successful, that would annoy me.
I think he was as. I mean, he was as successful as everyone else I hang out with. No, I'm not.
okay.
I'm not really hanging out in the upper echelons of society.
You're dancing bachata on top of a roof.
I'm not really like. I don't know who you think I hang out with.
You buy 12 shirts in a week and then have to buy another 12
No one
shirts.
I know is doing well. So like, I just we're all just kind of hanging in there. So he was, but they
Wait,
were.
how do you know sexy Brazilians?
He was roommates with my friend.
Oh, he was roommates. with
Yeah,
her.
he it was like one of those like apartments where there was just 6 people who didn't really know each other, but everyone was trying to get on a lease. And,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it was like a gypsy housing kind of thing. They were great. It was an awesome apartment. They got split up because they all got kicked out of the building, which sucks. I don't know why, but I think
I like how you said they got split up like there's some sort of
There was-
family
there
in the
was something
Holocaust.
But they were really
They got
cool.
split
But
up.
I just remember when I was trying to dance with them, I was like, they were so nice. And they were trying so hard to get me to do it, and like I just couldn't do it.
Can I take a guess on what type of beer you were drinking?
I remember exactly what I was drinking. It wasn't beer.
Oh.
They had like, the party had like kind of like an equivalent of WAP, like jungle juice, whatever. Do you know what that is?
WAP?
Everyone has a name for it. Like in college, the thing you drink where it's just like Everclear and fucking cranberry juice and whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
We called it WAP. I don't
called
know
it
why.
WAP?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Even though you know it was called jungle juice everywhere else?
I don't think I knew that. I think they
Really?
just called it WAP. Yeah.
WAP.
I remember when I went.
That's
I think it
offensive.
was after college where like everyone was like, "Oh, we called it jungle juice." I was like, "Oh, we called it WAP."
Yeah, it was jungle juice.
I don't know. We called it WAP for whatever reason, but
And
like
then-
it was like a version of that, but like a little more. I don't know. It was like a year ago, so it wasn't as
A
hard.
little
I don't
more
think,
Latin?
I don't think there was Everclear in it. Like I think it was a little. It was just like a juice, a nice juicy alcoholic drink that came out of a cooler. But
Okay.
it wasn't as much as WAP because I remember how I used to feel on WAP, and like that was like illegal.
An orange cooler?
You like a Gatorade cooler.
Yeah, that's fun.
Like the Gatorade thing. And
Yeah,
so I was
good.
drinking that, and it was delicious. I remember WAP when I was in college. This is probably the drunkest I've ever been.
Oh.
My friends made apple pie WAP for like a Halloween party. So it was like, who knows what the fuck was in it, but it tasted like apple pie.
Okay.
And it tasted like apple pie. And I was subleasing, so I didn't know my roommates very well. And I like went to this party, and my friend made apple pie WAP, and it was really strong. And I don't know who let me walk home alone. I feel bad for my friends for doing that, but I somehow got home. And then I remember like looking at my guitar case, and my guitar wasn't in the case, but there was one sheet of paper in the case.
Okay.
And I remember thinking that will absorb the throw up. And then I barfed onto the one sheet of paper that was in the guitar case.
Okay.
And then the next thing I remember, I woke up the next day, and my roommate, who I didn't know, walked into my room. He was like, "Hey, dude," and I was like, "Yeah, what's up?" He was like, "Why is your guitar case in the shower?" And I was like, "That's a great question." So I guess I just put it in the shower, showered it, and then left it in there.
That would
That
would work out.
I still have that guitar case. It survived.
But the drunk logic was there.
The drunk logic was that this piece of paper will absorb everything I'm about to put into it.
And then when it didn't, you said, "I'll just put it in the shower."
I'll just put it in the shower
like a
and leave it
human
running.
does.
Yeah. Well, I think I was like, how do you wash a guitar case? I got no angles. So I just kind of put it in the shower and let the water
You had
hit
no
it.
hose.
I got no hose. I didn't have a hose.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Act like an asshole?
I don't know, but I put it in the shower. I think I like that I left it there, though. That I left it till the morning for my roommates to just be like, "Why is this here?" And I was like, "You know what? That's a fantastic." And then I like shuffled in and retrieved my guitar case from
But
the
that's
shower.
college.
That's college.
Right.
That's what college is. You fucking wake up with your pants off and no dreams left and your guitar case in the shower.
Yeah. One time in college, everyone has the jungle juice or the WAP.
Yeah.
What we did one night was we took the average jungle juice, and what we did was we took our lease, burned it, and put it into the jungle juice.
What?
And then we added a whole thing of jacked pre-workout, which we later found out was an amphetamine. And then that was called Riot Punch.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, because we just went on the town.
Why'd you put your lease in it?
Because, it was over. So it had to be voided,
Is that how you get rid of leases in Long Island? You guys just put it in jungle juice?
No, in Cortland County?
Yeah,
Yes, that's how you get rid of it.
County.
You just burn your lease, and they go, "Hey, where's the copy of your lease?" You're like, "That's it. We don't live here anymore."
Damn, you guys put pre-workout in your jungle juice?
Yeah.
That'll get you somewhere.
That's what happens when you go to a college full of gym teachers. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, that is so
That was a
funny.
good time. Have you ever been up but down at the same time?
Yeah, no, I don't think that is crazy. Yeah, you must have been like
Yeah, we all
blacked
suffered
out but
cardiac
ready to.
events.
You were like blacked out but ready to lift.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we had a barbell in there. We picked up the house.
Just move the house.
We just moved the house around like
That's
it's
fucking
SpongeBob.
awesome. I've never done pre-workout. I want to see what that's like. Have you
I
ever
got some in the kitchen.
Do you
if
really?
You like some?
No, I can't.
You can't do it right now. You'd be up for
Really?
a while.
Is it like that?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
How does it? like if you take pre-workout and then you work out, do you not crash afterwards, or like is there a crash?
No, it does maintain a pretty good time.
Okay.
But back in the day, again, now pre-workout is like it's not regulated technically, but it's pretty good. You know, they got their eyes on it. But back then, back in 2013, 2014, it just came out. So it was.
Is that when it came out?
Yes.
Because I remember it was ultra prevalent already.
Jacked. JACK 3D. Jacked. It was
Drink it with the glasses.
illegal amphetamine, and no one ever checked on it.
So this is in the this is like OG Four Loko, like before they started.
Yes.
It's before they started screening our drinks.
Exactly.
Yeah, but they didn't know the power of a liquid sold at 7-Eleven could have.
But what they didn't realize was they put so much caffeine and so much niacin in it. So niacin's going to make your veins expand. So you felt every hair on your body.
What?
It was pretty cool. I could count them at a point.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
Would you actually go to the gym, or are you just taking this for
Oh,
fun?
no, yeah. Sometimes you would take it at the gym.
Dude.
And I would just sit there, like on the bench, and I'd be like, I feel everything.
Do you feel, is there any panic there, or is it like a good feeling? Like, is it like a high, or is it like anxiety?
No, it's, at least for me, I can't speak for anyone else. There was anxiety.
There was a
Because I thought you would just be
I
focused.
can't speak for anyone else, but I was in a fucking state when I took that shit.
Because my buddy was like, oh yeah, just take a scoop of this. I was like, sure, put it in my cup. And then I drank it, and I was like, I feel like a fly. Like I feel like I just feel everything.
Yeah, you were
around
like,
me.
you were looking straight but seeing behind your head.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was having an out of body experience while also in my
dog.
body. So I recommend it. If you could go back to 2013, 2014 and get your hands on some. I'm sure there's people out there that still have some.
Probably.
They're out there.
And there are people who still have the original Four Loko. That's still
I
alive.
have. It's not the original, but I have Four Locos from 2016 in my
Whoa.
fridge.
Do you really?
Yeah.
For
Gold
what?
Locos.
Just for that special lady?
Can't find the right one, Jack. That's how I'm gonna propose.
Why do you maintain them? Do you just as like a nostalgia thing, or like?
So I originally bought them for my grad school graduation.
Okay.
Where me and the kid I did it with, this kid Ryan, shout out Ryan Page.
Shout out Ryan
I think
Page.
that should, yep.
Legend.
We both drank a Four Loko
Okay.
in the parking lot at
Okay.
10 a.m. before the
Ceremony.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Ryan, he's not a big guy.
Yeah.
So he got annihilated and couldn't walk.
So does Four Loko today have alcohol in it still?
Yeah, very much so.
It still does.
Yes.
Okay.
That's their whole thing.
I thought they took out the caffeine.
They did.
Okay, they took out the level of caffeine. I don't know like what their numbers
Call
were.
us in if you know.
If-
I
yeah,
think there's
Mr.
no
Loco.
caffeine, but I could
Okay.
be gay. I think.
Okay. So you guys are drinking. This is still so this fucks Ryan up. Ryan's little tiny body is not ready for what is coursing through him.
Right. So we're walking into we did
Yeah.
it at the outdoors Jones Beach Theater, if you ever been.
Yeah.
That's
I
where
think
my
so.
grad school graduation
Really?
was. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Well, that's nice.
And we went there, and then Chuck Schumer actually was supposed to give a speech, but it was raining.
Does Chuck Schumer give a speech at every goddamn fucking college graduation in New York
all
State?
of them.
Dude, like every SUNY school ever is just Chuck Schumer giving the...
No, this was a private school, baby.
Hey.
Shout out to Delphi University.
There you go.
So he walked up. He said, "Hey, I'm not going to do the speech. It's raining," and he ripped it up. So I voted Democrat that year.
Wait, did he actually do
Swear
that?
to Christ. Yeah.
Wait, he ripped it up and then improvised the
That's it.
speech?
No. He's like, "Dad, it's raining. So why are we doing this?"
Are you fucking kidding me?
And it was like a
wait,
very
wait.
light
He was your
drizzle.
commencement speaker, and he came up and he said, "I'm not. It's raining. I can't do it," and then left.
I don't know if he was the commencement speaker, like by title, but he did do that. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
He just gave up because it was a light drizzle.
He walked up there in a light drizzle on the beach, and he said, and he just looked at us. He goes, "Hey, what are we doing?" I ripped it up, and he
Oh,
said,
dude.
let's just get this over
Wait,
with."
I can tell you about my commencement, but finish your Ryan story. I want to know what happened before.
So yeah, we went. You know, they do everyone. You know,
Yeah.
row by row. You go to stand up. But the thing, so Ryan fell asleep, or I should say, passed out.
Yeah.
So we had to pick him up.
Yeah.
Like we're in the D-Day scene of Saving Private Ryan,
yeah.
and we carried him onto the stage.
Are you fucking kidding
Yeah,
me?
and then he like stumbled
At
across
Jones
the
Beach?
stage at Jones Beach Theater, shook the hand, got the degree.
Did you literally have to hold him up? Like people...
We held him up to get to the stage.
But if the audience was looking at it, are they like, this kid's hammered? Is it obvious?
It's either he's hammered or that's a quarterback that severely twisted his ankle and they're bringing him to the line.
You went to carry. That's so fucking funny. Poor Ryan.
Yeah.
Is he okay later?
Yeah, I think he just got married. So
God bless you,
yeah,
Ryan.
He's doing great.
Dude, my commencement speech. It's so funny that Chuck Schumer gave up. So I went to school in Wisconsin, and our commencement was in like May. I'm assuming, ish.
That sounds right.
Yeah. So like it should be nice weather. It fucking hailed the entire commencement ceremony.
Happens.
And we were on the football field, so we're getting hailed on. And our commencement speaker was Russell Wilson, because he had gone to Wisconsin like a few years before. He was in the NFL, but the whole time, like, everyone was just like, show us Future's baby. And I don't really know what that means even still, but I know that he's married to Sierra and she dated Future and something. But anyway, he gave the worst commencement speech it's humanly possible to give as a commencement speaker. And like now, I don't know if you guys follow the NFL news, but like Russell Wilson's coming out as being pretty like a weird guy. Like a lot of teammates are like, he's just an odd dude.
Yep.
I'm way ahead of that game. In 2016, I was like, this is the weirdest motherfucker I've ever seen speak. His whole speech was about how he was told in high school he couldn't hit a home run, and then he did hit a home run. And we were, all of us collectively were like, yeah, we get that you're good at sports.
Right.
Like, that's very clear. And then the newspaper contacted his high school coach, and his high school coach was like, I never fucking told Russell Wilson he couldn't hit a home run. Like, he just made up a narrative.
He got drafted by the Yankees.
He told like a 20-minute story about how everyone told him he could never hit a home run, that he wasn't good at baseball, and then he hit a home run. And we were like, I don't think any of that's true. And it turns out none of it was.
But here's what I like about that. Can I tell you what I like about that? Do you have a minute?
Sure. Yeah, I think so.
Okay. This is what I like. You could tell he wrote that speech himself.
Yeah, you can.
Right.
Oh, you could tell he definitely wrote the speech himself.
That wasn't a ghost-written speech.
No.
Russell Wilson sat down and said, what adversity have I faced?
I think he views his life as just like a consecutive series of like Rudy movies. Like, I think he just views his life as one sports movie and then another sports movie and then another sports movie. And it just keeps happening to him. I think that's how he views his life. I could tell by the way he told that story. He thought he was the main character in like a shitty sports movie. He thought he was like he thought he was in We Are Marshall or whatever the fuck. And he just isn't. And he doesn't know that. And I feel bad that he doesn't know that.
The first iteration of the speech, I don't know if you know this, he said he tried to catch a fly ball, and all of a sudden he was picked up in the outfield, and he caught it. Turned out later, it
turned out it was
angels in the outfield.
Turns out it was an angel played by the guy from Back to the Future. Wasn't he the angel in that movie? Yeah. I haven't seen that movie in forever.
And Joseph Gordon-Levitt was in it.
Dude,
for some reason.
There were some great baseball movies when I was a kid.
The Rookie.
The Rookie, is that the one?
That was my favorite one.
What is that's the one where he breaks his arm and then becomes really good at pitching.
Right, with the guy that played the 19th lead in American Pie.
Wow, really? It is that kid.
Mm-hmm.
Dude,
what an outrageous concept! He just breaks his arm.
The weirder concept. What the fuck was the movie of the kid who plays baseball and then ends up in like King Arthur times? Do you remember that movie?
I do, but very...
There was a fucking movie about a kid.
Vividly.
They somehow combined baseball and King Arthur. And it was like a kid who played baseball and he wasn't good at it. And then he falls through a well and he wakes up in King Arthur times.
Huh.
And he hangs out with King Arthur for a little bit. And somehow that makes him good at baseball when he comes back. And then he's just good at baseball.
No, I remember when Martin Lawrence played a knight in medieval times in the movie Black Knight.
I've never seen or heard of that movie.
Yeah, don't you wish
Black
you could
Knight?
do that? Yeah. It was Martin. Call us in if it wasn't Martin Lawrence.
You
I'm
wish
pretty
you
sure
could
it was Martin Lawrence.
Play a knight?
No, I wish I could just like write just a blatantly racist movie in the early 2000s, and people be like,
"There's so many
Greenlit.
of those, dude." Like The Ringer. Remember The Ringer?
The Ringer.
The Ringer will never exist. Like the fact that movie just does that movie existed and it came out and we were all like, "This is a normal movie to happen," is nuts.
I'll tell you what I didn't like about that movie.
What?
Those kids weren't actors.
Were they not actors?
Oh no.
Who knows?
But I'll tell you one thing,
dude. And then they're coming out with another one. There's Woody Harrelson's coming out with a movie, and it was him sitting on and I don't know. It's about like a basketball coach, and it's him on a bench surrounded by like people who clearly have like different levels of Down syndrome. And I'm like, are we doing this again? Are they actually bringing it back in 2023? There's no way.
Listen.
And then my brother saw the poster. He was like, maybe it's not a comedy. I'm like, everyone in it is a comedic actor. they're doing something here that's very Ringer-like, and I don't know if anyone is catching it yet, but like it's fucking happening again somehow.
I thought you were gonna say everyone in this movie's a retard.
But I don't know. I just like, dude, The Ringer is insane. I just remember those like mid 2000s movies. You really could do whatever the fuck you wanted.
That as I
For
go
years.
and think about like what decade I would want to be like 22 in the most, I think it's early 2000s.
No. Why?
I think.
Why early 2000s? I was there. We were there.
No, but we didn't get to enjoy it.
No.
Jack. We were there, but we didn't get to enjoy it.
Early 2000s is a horrible time.
No.
You want to be 22 in post 9/11 America, just chilling out with like.
Yeah, everything was going pretty well for us.
I know, but then you could also like me and my friend had a thing about like what concert would you want to see back in the day when everyone in our heads was just like on acid and heroin and fucking and like
Limp Bizkit.
Jesus Christ, you really are like
But
that
here's the
99
thing.
Woodstock guy.
But this is what I'm trying to say.
Why early 2000s? Because you could see movies where they just do shit like that.
No, you're
They
gonna
were
see
doing
that
that
in
every
every
decade,
They're doing
yeah.
that all decade. Like, did you see the recent lawsuit from Romeo and Juliet in the 60s?
What?
The two actors are now suing the studio.
Why?
So the girl was 16 and he was 20, and they showed just pure tits and ass.
Did they really? That's not legal back then, right?
Apparently it was.
And now they're suing?
And now they're suing. Call us in if you're representing them. Love to have you on the show.
What are they? That is.
But this is what I'm trying to say, Jack. I'm trying to say when you're... Okay, how am I going to say this? Okay.
Go ahead.
We were at the cusp of the internet. So the internet's there.
That's fun.
The internet's innocent. The internet's fun. Sidekicks are out.
Yes.
That, like...
That I like.
Right now, technology's too much.
Right.
As
it was
we
a
are
good level.
doing a podcast where I will post this clip onto Instagram.
Yes.
But back then, it was lawless and no one cared.
But it was also lawless and joyful.
That's what I'm saying.
That early internet was like, it was completely unrestricted, and yet it was the most civil the internet probably ever was or will be.
Yes.
Was that like early, I remember that was fun. Like those like early like miniclip.com days sort of. Like and dig, like dig.com.
I remember dig.com.
Dig was like the predecessor to Reddit. It was like Reddit before Reddit,
yeah.
sort of. Yeah, dude, but that's your whole reason to go back there for that stuff?
No, but it was just like I don't know, Pepsi Blue. You know, like there were so many
Pepsi
things.
Blue, Halo 2.
Halo 2.
Halo 2. Dude, I will say, I wish I could have done LAN parties. Like the idea
I didn't
of
do them, but yes.
I never did them, but I would love to have done them. Like that was not a thing by the time I was.
But you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
like there's
get
so many
it.
unique things about that era. Creed. You know what I mean?
That's horrible. That's a horrible thing. Yeah, you want to go back, like you want to live in an Etnies shoe, and I don't really know why.
An Etnies shoe?
Yeah, like all I'm thinking
What's
about
that
when you
mean?
like Etnies. You know Etnies?
No.
You don't know what Etnies are? You're like
Eddie's
like,
ice cream?
No,
Eddies?
Etnies. ETNIES, I think was the shoe brand. You didn't have Etnies? They were like skater shoes.
I was fat.
Which every fat kid wore skater shoes because they were wider, so they
They
lowered,
didn't sell them at Kohl's. I
they
wore
lowered your
Converses.
dimension.
I wore Dwayne Wade
The world that you
basketball
want to live in
sneakers.
is like an empty Monster Energy can outside
Yes!
of 7-Eleven.
Yes!
No.
That's what
I
I'm going
want
for.
poetry in my life. I want to drive a Chevy in the 70s with a woman named Barbara and listen to rock and roll on a highway. That's what I want. I want to fucking I want to ski in my jeans and do coke. That's what I picture like the late 70s,
I think
early
that's just
80s.
New Jersey.
Yeah, I could just do that
Yeah,
today.
Yeah, just go home. Go home
Just
for
go
a weekend.
I don't know. My parents tell stories from the 80s. I'm like, that sounds so sick. The 80s sounded really fun.
No, the early 2000s. The 80s did sound fun, but if I lived in the 80s, I want to live in like... If I was in the 80s, I want to be like a Texas teen.
A Texas team? Why Texas?
Yeah, I want to live in like...
You
What
want
was that movie where Brad Pitt was in it? And they were hazing the freshmen, and they were seniors.
Are you talking about Fast Times at Ridgemont High?
No, because that had...
That was Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah, no, not that. Dazed and Confused? No, it wasn't that either.
He was in Thelma and Louise. Was his first movie?
No, they're not Brad Pitt. Who makes movies with Matt Damon?
Ben Affleck.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Ben Affleck was in it.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't think I know what movie you're
and
talking
they
about.
spray the kids with ketchup and mustard. Call us in if you were in the movie.
We have a lot of questions
Yeah.
today. But you want to live in like late 80s.
I just want to. I'm also, I just like Texas too.
So is there anything Texas related to the 80s, or you just like Texas?
No, I just like Texas. Maybe Texas in the 70s? Yeah.
Texas in the 70s seems like fun.
I would want to play. This is like right in Texas when segregation stopped and you could play football together. That's when I want to live.
Why?
That's when high school football was at its peak. That's
like,
when
I don't think it didn't take place there, but like remember the Titans? Like you want to live in
right?
that?
Yes, I want to live and remember the Titans times, but like I don't want the friction.
Right.
So like right after
you
that.
want to live in Act 3 of Remember the Titans.
Yeah, and our team can't be bad because there's still going to be racial tension. So I want to be on a good team.
So you want to be on the cutting edge of progress, but also be on a good football team.
Yeah,
and just be like a jock in the 70s.
Right.
That's fun. Varsity jacket, like peak varsity jacket era.
Yes.
Dude, that's
you
nice.
could chalk your ID, but they don't check it anyway. You just buy beer.
Yeah.
You know what I
also,
mean?
your ID is like made of paper. You could just erase it.
Yeah.
Like write a new ID. Yeah, back when like my parents described like they used to have like bars on their campuses because the drinking age was 18.
Amazing.
Like that shit. I want that. I want to drink Schlitz under the moon.
Yes.
That's why I'm voting 70s and 80s. You're the one who voted 2002.
You want to stay in Jersey.
I don't want to stay in Jersey. Well, would I stay in Jersey?
You would stay in Jersey.
For the 70s?
You want to do coke and ski and jeans. You're not. I'll tell you where you're not going to do that. Dallas.
I'm not going to Texas.
I'm so going to
I would
Texas.
Texas would be fun. I don't know. Like honestly, like that 70s show, like a Wisconsin 70s.
That'd be fun.
That'd be kind of cool. I guess I would pick Jersey. I guess I'd probably just pick Jersey.
No, that
why
sucks.
not? I don't know. What am I? I'm not a Cali kid. And then everything
You're
else
not.
seems like it's the same.
But Jack, you can be whoever you want here. And my ideal there's two things I want to be. And my ideal, if I could reincarnate into anything, there's two things I'd become: a JV running back coach in rural Texas.
Okay, wow.
Or
Aiming high.
for real, in my opinion, yes. Or second thing, sexy California teen.
We all want to be sexy California teen.
Those are the two things I'm dying
Dude,
to
California kids are so much cooler than we are.
So sexy.
And they're so hot, and they have like stories. Like I've just had friends from California. They tell me their stories from high school and like, oh yeah, and then we did Molly and we went to the rave, and I was like,
oh,
what are you talking about?
That's so sexy.
In high school we got in a car and drove until time ran out.
Yeah, we went to Wendy's.
We had nothing. We literally drove to Sonic was our biggest entertainment. We would drive down Route 22 to Sonic because it was like half an hour drive, so that was like an event for the night.
But as a California teen, they have outdoor lockers.
As a California teen, they're like smoking really good weed on the beach, like getting drunk at 15, losing their virginity at 15 and a half, and like falling in love under the stars or some shit.
Right.
That's what I hear. They have pool parties. They like do shit. They're like they live like fucking cool 26-year-olds, but they're 16.
Exactly. That yes.
Yeah.
They live like investment bankers with time.
They do. Dude, they live like their company went public. They made their money.
Yeah.
And now they're just hanging out.
And they dress like it too. They dress in like puka
Dude, they dress like it. They all have like longboards and shit. Have you ever been to you probably haven't, but I've been to the University of Santa Barbara, UC Santa Barbara.
Isn't that where Tobin went?
Did Tobin go there?
Almost positive.
Wow. I'll talk to him about it
Yeah,
then, because it is not a college. Like, you're there and you're like, this is I mean, there's buildings and it looks like a college. Like, there's all like, they checked enough boxes for them to be like, we're a college. But then also they're just all living on the beach. It's just all houses on the beach. Everyone's longboarding. Everyone's like on a surfboard. Everyone's drinking outside with their shirts off. And I'm like, this isn't there's education here? Didn't look like there was education there. But they're learning something.
You know what they're learning? How to live.
How to live and whale patterns. And when the whales come around.
You ever see like when a giraffe is born and they just get up and start running and you're like, how do they do that?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with
so true.
That's just a California teen being sexy.
Dude, it's just California. They have so much confidence. They're like tan. And then meanwhile, I don't know, we were the same. I was wearing I was fat with a Foo Fighters t-shirt. Like just trying to get.
They don't have bobs out there, or else they,
Dude, they probably don't have bobs. They just have surf shops.
Right.
I don't even know where they. Eddie Bauer. What's out? I don't know what's in California.
I legit thought surf shops were like a bullshit thing.
Yeah, me too. I
They're
thought it was.
real.
I thought it was just like Billabong. I thought that was like the extent.
I knew what because they sold it at Kohl's.
But
yeah,
dude, a huge Kohl's brand.
Yeah,
the Billabong, the Quicksilvers of the world.
Quicksilver was a little higher up in the chain.
Yeah. For you. Okay.
Yeah. What was the skate brand the stoners would wear? Etnis? Did that do anything for
That's
you?
what I just said. Etnies. That's what I was talking about before.
Oh.
That's what I was talking about. Etnies.
Nah, they're not pronounced that.
Not maybe it's called. Maybe it isn't Etnies.
Rob
not
Dyrdek
pronounced
Collison.
Etnies. Yeah, Rob Dyrdek Collison. Well, he had. What was the one that was like D and C?
DC.
Was that just called DC?
It's just called DC.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, I know a lot about skate brands for some reason, but no, I can't skateboard.
I avoided those. I didn't know how to dress in high school because all the I didn't know. I still don't know what my style is, but I knew I wasn't a skater kid. I knew I wasn't a preppy kid, and I knew I wasn't a Guido. So I was like, I don't know what's in the middle of those three, but I was just guessing. I was throwing shit at a wall.
You know what? I'm going to be honest. Your outfit right now, as a 28-year-old, not great.
Not great at all.
You look like Jason Briggs in the Teenage Dirtbag music video.
Yes. I look like
pull it up.
Dude, I straight up look like a 12-year-old who's at home with his mom. Which is kind of how I like to dress, to be honest with you.
You look like, if I asked you what your favorite food was, you'd say pizza rolls.
Yep. Or mac and cheese. I like mac and cheese. What do you want for dinner? I'll have a little mac and cheese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I like dressing. I mean, the hat is just making me ridiculous today, but I like that. I like when you dedicate to stupid. Some days I'll just dedicate. I mean, I'm not seeing anyone today. No offense.
Okay,
like,
no,
like I'm fucking just.
I don't care.
I'm just chilling. I'm
wearing corduroy
I did a set
shorts
before this. I went on stage in this hat. It was awesome.
Where'd you do a set?
Bonnie Q has like a little show at New York Comedy Club. It was really fun.
Wow, New York Comedy Club on a Friday at what? 5:30.
At 5 p.m.
A show.
Check out Bonnie Q's show. 5 p.m. It's a show that she pulls people from her mic. So it's like a kind of a hybrid thing, but it's awesome. Is that
what the audience is? A real audience?
Yeah, there was an audience.
Oh wow.
Not big, but proud.
Well,
not big,
just
but proud.
like dwarf gay. But
just like one of Tolkien's homosexual dwarves. You know him, you love him.
What was I saying? California teens are sexy. I had a whole thing I was gonna say.
You got nothing on it?
Skateboard. Oh, this is what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to dress either. Still don't. Corduroy shorts
Yeah,
and my
we're
lacrosse
just trying our best.
from college.
Yeah.
But you know what? I did have a big renaissance in.
What was that?
Big.
What?
I'm trying to think of the brand.
Oh.
Affliction T-shirts.
No, you didn't have a renaissance in Affliction T-shirts.
My parents must have put down $700 in Affliction. They've invested in Affliction.
Wait, again?
No.
I thought you said you had a renaissance. Like recently, you went back.
No, I don't think they make them anymore.
Maybe they don't. Affliction that hit our school like a fucking tidal wave.
Yeah.
Affliction. It was Affliction and Tap Out came together.
Yes.
Affliction and Tap Out held hands and came in and beat the shit out of me multiple times.
That's when, okay, back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
That's when I want to die.
Yes.
Once Affliction and Tap Out start coming out.
That's bad.
That's
you don't want to live that.
Yes.
Okay, you want to live in like a Freddie Prinze Jr. movie.
Yes.
That makes a little more sense. Summer Catch, I think, is the name of the Freddie Prinze Jr. movie.
When all the American Pies came out, that's what
you want to live in.
That's exactly
that makes sense. That's 99.
From
American Pie is 99.
But wait, when did the Boy Meets World high school graduation happen?
That's got to be.
I think it was 98.
What? In my head, that's an 80s show, is it not? Was that an early 90s show?
Early 90s to the end of the 90s.
Okay.
So whenever the Boy Meets World graduation was until Jersey Shore came out.
Yeah.
That's when I want to live.
I got to be honest, I do understand that.
Yes.
Also because when we were little, that's what high schoolers were. Yes. And you look up to the big kids or whatever, so they were living that life.
Yes.
They were living that like I'm trying to think, like Melissa Joan Hart. Like people. By the way, white people have never been more white than they were at that time.
That was peak.
We went out with a bang. We knew our time was coming to an end, and we whipped out Mandy Moore,
yes.
Freddie Prinze Jr.,
yes.
Melissa Joan Hart,
yes.
the guy from Scooby Doo, everyone in American Pie. We went so hard into whiteness in the early 2000s with those like pop culture. Because we knew we were going away. We knew that we had already gotten away with like Elton John and all that shit for so long.
For a while.
For a long time. And then like fucking Crosby, Stills, and Nash. White people got away with murder for like 40 years. And then in the early 2000s, we were like, we're going to really concentrate it into like a Mandy Moore movie.
Yeah, I think
and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and whatever other blonde girl we can find who can kind of sing.
Once this is I don't know how accurate this is. I think once Run DMC came out, we knew our time was coming.
We knew that was the smoke signal.
Yeah, and then them and Aerosmith came together, and we
started.
They're gonna take over.
Yeah. Once we admitted hip hop wasn't scary, we were like, oh fuck, it's good, and we're fucked. We knew it was coming, and that late fucking 2000s, because there's something less white about grunge, and I don't know what it is.
About grunge?
Yeah, like grunge is somehow less white than like early 2000s music, but it's still like crazy white.
No, grunge is very white.
No, I know it is, but there's a less of a sheen to it in the 2000s. Then you get like the puka shells. You know what I mean? Then like the puka shell necklaces come and all that shit.
White people took a big hit with ska.
Oh, dude.
We took a big hit with ska.
Well, we got cocky.
We did
ska is white America getting fucking cocky. Yeah, and I was kind of into ska. I had some ska, like not ska, but ska. I listened to some like reggae bands. I was into reggae pretty fucking hard. In high school. Those were my first concerts. Were reggae concerts.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love to see Jack Finnegan at an authentic reggae concert.
Dude, the not authentic. Fucking. Well, there was this band State Radio I was really into.
Okay.
State Radio. Do you know Dispatch?
Yes.
One of the singers of Dispatch started this band State Radio.
Okay.
So I'm going to fucking offshoots of Dispatch. That's where I'm at in life, in high school. And State Radio was a politically charged reggae band, essentially. But I think it would say reggae ska, like on iTunes.
Of course.
And I saw them 7 times in high school.
Good.
I would just come into the city and I would just be like, Chuh! And just like...
Terminal 5?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Terminal 5 was my first concert.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Because my first concert was actually in McCarran Park Pool, which is now a pool again, but it was a concert venue.
It's back.
In the early 2000s, and I saw Modest Mouse there in 2008.
Wow, okay. That's a good first concert.
I had a cool friend. He knew them. Like, it wasn't me. You know what I mean? Like, my friend was like, we should go check this out. And that was a cool first concert. And then it was just State Radio like 7 times. And Soja, that was a big reggae band we used to see. Yeah. Soldiers of Jah is, I think, what that stands for.
Okay.
Yeah. But I was really into that reggae shit.
And you didn't want to be 22 years old at that time. This is insane.
No, I don't think so.
When The Hills came out? Yes.
Oh, dude.
I want to live in the hills.
See, I think I go... Because me and my friend, my friend Jeff and I always talk about how much we wanted to be in New York in like 2005. Sort of like, what I mean is like when like the Strokes are playing and like Death Cab is playing and like that kind of weird era of New York. Yeah, that appeals to me. Yeah, no, you want to be you want to be preppy kids.
Yes.
You want to be the preppy kids with the top down in a red car listening to Blink-182.
That's exactly
what
I want to be.
So
I want
interesting.
Bleached blonde hair.
Every time I picture that time, it is sunny. I just picture sun.
It never rained.
It never rained.
Yeah, that's why California's still in a drought. It never rained.
I remember how cool I thought those kids were. Like in my town. I'm not even talking about on TV. I'm talking about the like high school kids.
Jack, you didn't think they were cool. They were cool.
They had the spiked hair.
Yes.
With the bleached tips.
Yes.
You are kind of selling me on this.
Dude, I could go to California right now, see those kids that are cooler than me.
That's true.
I'm so intimidated.
It still wouldn't be my pick, but I do respect it. I respect that like early, like there was a good time for teenagers during the Iraq War when we still believed in it. That was great.
Yes!
That period of time when the Iraq War was still a good decision was really good for white teens.
I want to live in a time where we called them freedom fries.
Yeah, dude. Well, dude, like the pre-Super Size Me era where shit was like that like where anything went. Fucking anything went. Yes. And Wendy's had sunrooms. Those were fucking awesome.
Oh, the Wendy's sunroom.
The Wendy's sunroom was fucking awesome. And I was a diabolical child. I would eat just Baconator after Baconator after Baconator. But that's still past what you're talking about. That 2005 sleeping in the front lawn last night and you're gone, like that shit.
I listen to that song at least once a day.
That's a great song.
It's an amazing
song. My high school band covered it.
Oh, really?
I was in a cover band in high school and we covered Lit. We covered a lot of
I thought you meant like your high school band class.
Oh no, my high school band class we covered Fireflies.
Good song.
I like to make myself believe. We had 10 people in my high school marching band.
Is that true?
We had 10 people in my high school marching band. We didn't have a football team till my freshman year till I was in 8th grade.
Yes.
Then we got a marching band to respond to that. And we just took our band and gave them. I was on the football team my first 2 years of high school, and then in the marching band my last 2 years of high school.
Right.
I played baritone saxophone. I was the entire bass section because we only had 10 people. We wore puke orange shirts, like faded orange polo shirts, and we played Fireflies and Seven Nation Army, and we sucked. We sucked so bad. We got the participation trophy award every single year at the Six Flags competition.
I did that competition.
You probably got something more than participation trophy.
I don't remember.
I
remember the
participation
Dippin' Dots
trophy. The Dippin' Dots.
Yeah, we got Dippin' Dots.
Dippin' Dots were nice. Are those still around?
I think they are.
Where did Dippin' Dots go?
Nowhere.
Remember, like, there was a moment where Dippin' Dots were about to be the future of ice cream.
I still think they might be.
They were so futuristic.
They were.
But they never... I don't know what happened to them.
Yeah, I was like, hey, do you want ice cream but also gravel?
Yeah. Do you want ice cream but it feels like sand? Do you want to live in ice cream sand? But when they put them in those little baseball hats at Yankee Stadium, that was so much fun. Dude, I remember the joy of just seeing a Dippin' Dot packed into a baseball hat and being like, I'm fucking here. That was before I needed drugs to have fun, where I just needed ice cream and a baseball hat. Good times. It was the best.
That's early. Do you understand why I love the early 2000s?
No, I understand
so
why I love my childhood. I wouldn't, but I've lived it, you know?
But not as a sexy teen. That's what I'm trying
Rich,
to say.
There's no scenario in which me and you were sexy teens.
There's no scenario that we're going to be 19 in 2004 either. Just let me go with it.
I guess. Fine. It was a good time.
It was an amazing time. But 70s is also great. The 60s
me,
are also great.
But I buy into the advertising of the 70s. Like, I buy into, like, the advertising of, like, do whatever you want, man. Just fucking drive your car. Everyone had a car. I didn't even have a car. Like, everyone had a car, rock and roll.
Yeah.
People in high school were just doing whatever the fuck they wanted in my head.
Okay.
But then you go back there and it probably was just like normal. It was exactly what we did, just without cell phones.
Right.
Probably.
I
just believe in advertising.
I want to be Spencer in the Hills or Don Draper.
That's pretty nice. You want to be like early 60s, like...
Early 60s.
Like late 50s, early 60s.
Late 50s, early 60s, successful businessman who's faked his entire life.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's what I want.
Being a kid, like a white kid in the 50s, probably rocked.
Amazing.
Like, you're in those neighborhoods where every parent's like 26 because everyone got married at night. Like, I always think about that. Like, parents, like all those post-World War II neighborhoods that like just populated all of Long Island and New Jersey, they were filled with like 24-year-olds.
Yeah, with 8-year-old kids.
All the parents were like 24 and 25 with 3 kids.
Yeah.
No wonder alcoholism.
But they looked so much worse than 50-year-olds today
Because they were just
smoked.
mainlining cigarettes.
Mainlining
cigarettes, whiskey with breakfast. They have trauma from the war that no one's dealing with, so everyone's just like fading away as a person.
They're all driving drunk.
They're all driving drunk.
And we still keep that tradition alive today.
And that's why. Visit New York.
That would be a good commercial.
I know my friends in the Midwest actually drove drunk. Like, all my friends, when I went to Wisconsin, all my friends who grew up in that area were like, oh yeah, we used to get hammered and drive to barn parties because there's just too much land and there's no cops.
You can't crash into anyone.
So they would just drive through fields like to barn parties.
They do it upstate too.
I know. Well, did everyone just have a better high school experience than us? Like every other area of the country?
But like,
not just California, like all of them? Is it everyone besides Long Island and New Jersey?
There's trade-offs, Jack. This is what you have to remember. They got to drive drunk through fields to go to barn parties.
Yeah.
We got good pizza.
Which
would you rather have?
The barn parties.
Oh?
All day long, the barn parties. Their pizza does suck, dude.
It's so bad.
Dude, Wisconsin pizza was just
you're going to go to 3 barn parties and be like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm so over this.
I think, we didn't even have, we couldn't even have parties because our houses were too close together. So they'd all just get, shut down. So we literally just got high in cars and drove to fast food restaurants, which was kind of the best. We had diners.
Yeah, they don't have
They
diners.
didn't have diners. Yeah, diners were the best. Like, at a diner at 1 a.m., just shoveling pancakes in your mouth stoned was the best.
Could you get a gyro quesadilla?
No.
No.
Can
you poor bitch.
Can your one friend get a flank steak? Can you get pancakes? Your other friend gets fruit salad. Your other friend gets a fucking salmon? No. Not that anyone ever got the salmon or the steak, but you could have.
You could have. It was an option.
Or a beer. My one friend, I remember, just had the confidence to sit at a diner. We were completely underage, and he was just like Heineken, and they just gave him one.
Yeah, because no one
we were
ever
like,
asked.
yeah, and we were like, we could just be doing this the whole time, just saying Heineken.
Jack, it wasn't even on the menu. He just said
Yeah,
Heineken
it wasn't even
and
on the
gave him
menu.
one.
And then they were just like, yeah, we could find that somewhere.
I grew
don't
up
know.
with the kids whose dad was the diner chef.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, they're not doing great.
But it's kind of clutch at the time.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they're delivering bread now, but
Bread, that's a good profession. The world needs bread.
it'd be a great
The world needs bread. I know for a fact my great-great-grandfather was an ice truck delivery guy. He delivered ice. I respect it.
Listen. No, he's not like delivering bread on a bread route.
Oh, that's what I'm picturing.
No,
I'm
yeah.
picturing like a newspaper route where he's throwing bread on people's doorstops.
No, he goes from
It's like, thank you, Mr. Jefferson, and then he just throws fucking bread.
and they throw him 3 nickels.
Yeah, they flip it to him like that. They across the
Here you
street.
go, boy.
Thank you, man. I'm gonna go buy a car.
I'm gonna put a down payment on a house.
Wait, so they have a bakery? Is that what you're saying?
No, he just works for a bakery and kind of
okay.
just drives it around our town.
That's fair.
Yeah, because he wouldn't get vaccinated at the hospital where he worked at before.
Oh, he worked in the hospital, refused to get vaccinated, and then who will take me? Turns out the bread industry.
Yeah, they don't
Bread
care if
industry
you're
has pretty
vaccinated.
light vax rules in the
Yeah.
bread. Bread people don't give a fuck.
No, dude.
That's awesome.
They are libertarians.
I had no idea that the right wing was finding a home in bread.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
in sourdough.
Well, they don't make it themselves. That's for Dems.
No,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
Yeah, the damn deal.
Commercially made.
We're the ones who are fermenting that yeast.
Yeah.
Bro. We're out here fermenting that yeast.
Ah, that's good. We did it. That was an hour.
We
That
did it?
flew.
Hell yeah, that was fun, Rich.
Ah, there's so many clips. in this.
Anything you want me to close with?
No, I think we kind of covered everything
All right.
here.
It's been an honor.
It's fantastic. Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Finnegan.
Thank
Greatest
you
as always.
Thank you so much.
All right.